patiently offer their advice and recommendations. We're still working on getting a lot of the camera locations and settings sorted out. We're also figuring out the editing process. In spite of all that, we're having a great time, and I hope that you can see past the stumbles through to our love of flying and our gratitude to the community of professional pilots. So come fly along on this first flight. This is a short hop from the HondaJet factory in Greensboro, North Carolina, where I had some maintenance done, back to my home airport in Richmond, Virginia. So stand by. Thanks.
445, signature with Kilo for taxi.
Left engine fire.
There's a Cherokee inbound to the ramp. Once they're in, you can pass behind them and go to 5 right at Kilo.
Okay, we're doing our
fire.
All right, 5 right at Kilo 1 behind.
We're doing all of our systems tests.
445.
We've got our clearance via pre-departure clearance, which is great, saves a ton of time. Okay, and all lights.
Lima current altimeter 3019.
Lights are on. Good. Next. We get to load the METAR data. It'll automatically sync the local weather here. Dry, winds 249 at 4, temperature 27 Celsius, 3018. We've got 10,000 feet available on runway and 900 feet of elevation. A little bit of downhill for us.
I got 2 jet chairs. Which one?
Okay, and I'll set 2.0 on the pitch trim.
And
so it looks at our weight and the weather and gives me our takeoff pitch trim, which is at 2.0. So I've got 2.0 is in the green and 2.0 is set. Data is set. Okay, and our flight plan. I like to put the flight plan up on the right side. I like to have frequencies up here. So I'm going to be talking to ground, and from ground I'm going to be going to the tower frequency. So here I can just bring up tower. I'll put that active on COM 1. And then my departure frequency, which I got, is 126.6. So I'll put 266. Transfer is normal. I'm coming off of some pretty extended maintenance here, so I'm doing a much more extended pre-flight and run-up. The HondaJet folks have been absolutely fantastic, but I use a team out of Florida. And they basically manage the jet for me, and they also work directly with Honda, and it makes it a whole lot easier. Parking brake is set, flaps are up, thrust levers are cut off, speed brake is retracted, ice protection is off, and I'll talk about the ice protection when we're en route. Okay, the fuel panel is all set to normal. Trim, I've got pitch, roll, and yaw trim all in the green, and trim is something I had worked on while I was here. Windshield heat panels are normal, and I had brand new windshields installed. Pneumatic panel is normal. Clear shield is dark, which is what I want. Standby instrument is checked. Avionics initialization is complete. Starting, and we are now going to go for an engine start. I like to do a trick that I learned in the Army. Today's the 16th. That's an even day, so I start the number 2 engine first. In. So I'm watching for the starter light is illuminated. I've got N1 rise within 15 seconds. ITT is on the rise. Oil pressure and fuel flow both look good. Looking for 45% and 2 starter dropout. I got a good start on number 2. This is, I don't have to wait for the amps to come down because I'm running on a GPU. So I'm starting number 1.
Expired.
Come in for 32 seconds. 32 seconds. Start. Hit the start light on number 1. Come up to idle. Okay, I've got starter light. I've got looking for N1 within 15 seconds. I've got oil pressure, fuel flow. N2, looking for starter dropout at 45. 45, I got starter dropout. Starter light is extinguished. I got a good start on number 2. Good start both engines. Give them the notice to remove the ground power unit. So good start on both engines.
Timer expired.
Engine instruments are in the green. Anti-ice not required. External power is disconnect. Flight controls, checking for free and correct. Flight controls are free and correct. One of the things I like about this is when you have the parking brake set, it disconnects the nose wheel steering so I can check the pedals without turning the nose on the ground.
Greensboro Jet, HondaJet 682 Tango Mike is at the HondaJet service ramp with Kilo ready to taxi.
2 Tango Mike, 5 right at Mike 1, taxi via Mike.
Mike to Mike 1 for 5 right for 2 Tango Mike.
North Shore 304, actually, it's going to be 20
brakes
minutes.
check.
You're
Emergency brake check.
41
Good.
after.
Nose wheel steering check.
So, actually, I'm just going to hold you on the ramp there until we're closer to your time.
All right, that works. Expect.
And flight instruments are corresponding.
North Shore 304.
Okay, I know that's a lot to get out of there, but
For North Shore 304.
like I said, it's been I've been in maintenance for about a month, just a little short of a month.
I'm sure they wouldn't like that for 20 minutes.
I was able to go in and say, hey, I got a few things that I want you guys to take a look at, and they did.
Taxi out, just,
They were able to find a few other
Pull
things.
short of Mike on Charlie, that's fine.
The HondaJet pulls a tremendous amount of data,
North Shore 304.
and that data really helps them troubleshoot and save some time. I definitely feel rusty after a month of not flying. Quick flight back to Richmond, Virginia. I like to use Richmond Executive.
Red Knight 180.
So, only going up to 25,000 feet on this flight.
3,000 until advised. Departure frequency 126.6.
Got some more flying to do tomorrow and the next day, but for right now, I'm just getting home from maintenance.
Tower HondaJet 682 Tango Mike holding short of runway 5 right at Mike 1.
HondaJet 682 Tango Mike Greensboro Tower, Roger. It'll be just a moment. Traffic Falcon 2 mile final.
2 Tango Mike.
Okay, we'll hold short here. A little bit of background. I moved into this HondaJet. I picked it up in March. I think I bought it beginning of the year, but picked it up in March after they did some upgrades to it, which took it from a legacy HondaJet to the APMG, the Advanced Performance Modification Group. So add some capability and some more functions and certainly more payload and makes it a more reliable aircraft. All of them are good, but I wanted the APMG. So I also had to get, my insurance required me to get 35 hours of mentor pilot time. So I jumped on that right away. Flew primarily with 2 mentor pilots, and both really good. One a former Navy F-18 driver, and the other one comes from Turbine Logistics, Turbine Aircraft Logistics. Let me make sure I get that right. And both of them taught me, and this was a little different for me, every time you stop the aircraft, set the parking brake. The interesting thing about the HondaJet is that it knows where you are. You see, I won't be turning any lights on or off. It knows what runway I'm expecting to take off. It knows where I'm expecting to go. It knows from a GPS where I am. And it takes care of all the lights for me. And I've set this parking brake. It turns the taxi light off. But sitting here on the threshold.
2 Tango Mike, runway 5 right at Mike 1. Line up and wait. If you need it, back taxi is approved.
Line up and wait on Mike 1. No need for back taxi for 682 Tango Mike.
Roger. November 5, Victor Foxtrot. Turn left at Kilo 5, contact ground point 9. Good day.
Kilo 5, ground point 9, 5 8 Fox.
HondaJet 2 Tango Mike, fly runway heading runway 5 right at Mike 1, intersection departure short and clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway heading 5002 Tango Mike.
Okay, parking brake was released. I've got takeoff power selected. Indicating. We are on the roll.
Tower Delta 20.
Airspeed's alive, both sides.
Mile left base for 5 left.
Delta 2755, Greensboro Tower, runway 5 left, clear to land.
80 knot, cross check.
5 left, clear to land, Delta
Good.
2755.
V1, rotate. Positive rate, gear up. 130, flaps up. Power back to max continuous thrust. Yaw dampener is engaged. Yaw damper.
HondaJet 2 Tango Mike, contact departure, safe flight.
2 Tango Mike, switch in, see ya. Departure, HondaJet 682 Tango Mike is 1800 for 5,000, runway heading.
Number 682 Tango Mike, Greensboro departure, radar contact, call maintain 1-2000, clear, direct Genie.
Up to 1-2000, direct Genie for 2 Tango Mike.
Okay, 2000, there we go. I'm going to go direct, flight plan, Gene, activate, and we'll switch over here to nav. We'll go ahead and engage the autopilot. Slight right turn for Gene. Right, landing gear, yaw damper, flaps, thrust levers, flight guidance, ice protection, cabin signs. After takeoff is done. Some clouds out here. But all in all, not a lot of haze, which you normally get in the
7 X-ray Lima,
Carolinas.
heading 260, vector downwind.
Left to heading 260, 27 X-ray Lima.
Number 46 Foxtrot, descend to maintain 4,000.
Down to 146 Foxtrot.
Pressurization's coming up. I'll go ahead and click that off. I like to fly pitch attitudes. It's just a hangover from the military versus flight level change, and so I climb out at 15 degrees, and then I go pitch it. I go 10 at 10. 10,000 feet, I pitch to 10 degrees. There are times when flight level change comes in handy. I typically hand fly to 10,000 feet just to make sure that I'm getting all the feel of the jet. But I always fly pitch attitudes unless there's a compelling reason to do otherwise. Thousand feet to go. We're in Class C airspace, so I was limited to 200 knots below 10,000, but we're above now. Don't need to worry about that. So the altitude capture is on. It's going to go ahead and level us at 12,000 until I get the next altitude, the next climb. And then think about the HondaJet that I was taught during the type rating. They said, you got to monitor airspeed like you monitor a toddler. You can look away for a second, but only a second. So the speed will climb very fast on this jet. And the speed tape is dynamic. So based on conditions and based on your flight settings, that speed tape will change. But 272 knots.
For 2 Tango Mike, contact Washington Center 124.05. See you.
2405 for 2 Tango Mike, see ya.
128.8. 28.8 Piedmont,
Pull that speed back so I don't go through 272.
Washington Center, good afternoon. HondaJet 682 Tango Mike is 12,000, direct Genie.
Piedmont 5987, you stay with me. Remember 682 Tango Mike, Washington Center, climb maintain level 190, that's the final.
Okay, up to 190 for the final for 2 Tango Mike.
Number 560 Sierra Juliet, descend maintain 17,000,
I'll take that.
altimeter 3017.
We'll pitch up to 10.
17,000, 3017, Sierra Juliet.
Go back to max continuous thrust.
Washington Center, Skyhawk 734 Sierra Yankee, field in sight.
Number 734 Sierra Yankee, radar service terminated, squawk VFR, change your VAS rating.
So there was an airworthiness directive on the windshields on some of the original aircraft for some delamination issues, and I was on a waiting list and finally got moved up high enough where they had new windshields for me. It's a pretty big deal.
736 Washington Center, climb maintain
when they do those. Obviously, it's the pressurization and a bunch of other things they have to check and make sure work really well. But it also changes my checklist.
75,
I used to have at 18,000 feet, as I went through transition altitude or flight level 180, I also had to turn the windshield heat off.
Atlanta,
And
127.85.
I don't have to do that anymore because I have the improved windshields installed. Getting close enough now where I need to start picking up my weather for my destination. Like I said, short flight.
Chrono 7, descend to maintain 8,000.
625.
8,000, Chrono 7.
2862.
Southwest 2913, flat level 240.
We'll monitor it, see if we can hear it.
Southwest 2913, Washington Center, descend to maintain flight level 190.
Maintain flight level 190, Southwest 2913. Richmond Executive.
Number 560, Sierra Juliet, Connect Raleigh, approach 127.67.
Automated weather observation. 035. Zulu. Wind variable at 06. Visibility 10. Sky
Blue Street
conditions
5354, contact Greensboro, approach 124.35.
Celsius 2.12 Celsius. Altimeter missing 0.
Okay, so we don't want to break through our...
Number 682, Tango Mike, turn 20 degrees to right vector for traffic.
Okay, 20 right for 2 Tango Mike.
051 2071. Go into heady mode. Automatically turn us to the right.
Piedmont 5987, descend to maintain flight level 220.
Okay, so if you heard on the ATIS, we did not, or AWAS, we did not get altimeter setting. So what I'll do is I'll pick that up from Richmond.
Washington Center,
Waypoint info.
with you 2405, flight level 210.
Let's look at, okay.
I'm sorry, I missed that. Was that Bobcat 42?
I see.
Hey, firm, sir, we're up with you on 124.05. We weren't able to get anyone on
METAR decoded.
124.4.
3016. We will use
Bobcat
their
42,
altimeter
Roger.
setting.
47. Number 682, Tango Mike, clear direct destination.
Direct destination, 2 Tango Mike, thanks.
Okay.
Southwest
Direct to our
2913, descend to the All-Day 3 arrival, except maintain
flight plan,
9,000 for
KFCI.
traffic.
Direct. We'll go back to nav mode.
All-Day 3 except maintain 9,000 Southwest.
It'll turn us directly to our destination. Nice shortcut on an already short flight. I'm gonna plan for runway 33 since it's variable.
1818 Washington Center, hello. Fair wing 1780 up.
We'll load their data.
Southeast
Temperature 27,
leaving,
and then I'll put in 3016 as the barometric. So I need to have that for my performance data.
Number 682 Tango Mike out of Washington Center, 118.75.
1875 for 2 Tango Mike, thanks. Washington Center, good afternoon. HondaJet 682 Tango Mike, flight level 190, direct destination.
682 Tango Mike, Washington Center, welcome.
Thank you. Okay. So, landing configuration on the runway. I'm looking at runway 33. I've got 5501 available. Runway heading of 331. A little bit of uphill. That's good for helping slow us down. Landing config, normal factors, landing data. Got my landing weight. I reroute speed of 113, VAC of 118. And it's like have a, not really sure what we're going to do, what the winds are going to be. So we'll see. If they got 6 knots of breeze out there, you know, we can make a decision when we get there. But I'll go ahead and accept that landing data. Next thing I want to do is I want to put up that AWAS information, or the Unicom information. Waypoint info, frequencies, Unicom, and we'll put that as standby on number 2.
34.5, breakout 4606.
Yeah, the couple maintenance issues, but I had a couple compelling reasons to go into maintenance, and the main of which was them replacing the windshields for me, which getting that done. Had some fuel system issues looked at. Like I said, they found some things while they were there. Had a really good maintenance lead.
36395, contact Raleigh approach,
He's a former Army NCO, was a crew chief on CH-47s out of Fort Bragg, so I feel a little kindred spirit with him.
7 Golf Juliet, contact Washington Center, 121.67.
Little kindred spirit with him as a former Army aviator. And the unit that I commanded was Blue Max out of Fort Bragg, so title of the, our channel here is called Blue Max 6. As the commander, my call sign was Blue Max 6. So I feel a lot of affinity towards that one, and can say hands down that was the best group of pilots that I ever flew with in the military, and I still keep in pretty constant contact with those folks. So that's nice.
Center 6337 Victor level.
But the gentleman who was leading the maintenance is relatively new to the HondaJet service facility, but was able to keep me posted on what was going on. And then I used the turbine logistics. I've got the turbine aircraft logistics team, and they do all the continuous interface. And they manage the aircraft for me. They let me know what maintenance issues are coming up, subscriptions, really money well spent. And they've been working with me since I was on the search for a HondaJet, and made the process easy and certainly well worth it. But when you get into this kind of maintenance, I even had one of them fly up from Florida to go over the jet with me. We had so many items that we worked on, and I just said, okay, we're in fuel systems, we're in flight control systems, we're in pressurization systems. I had, little.
November 682 Tango Mike, descend to maintain 9,000, Richmond altimeter 3016.
3016 down at 9,000 for 2 Tango Mike, thanks.
Okay, we'll put in 9,000. Vertical speed down that. We'll do 1,100 feet per minute. Pull my
5,000 direction.
power back.
Correct, Tall River.
Number 392 Delta, flip the switch 123.85.
Already got 3016 preset, but I'll go ahead and put it in my standby. Yeah, the other thing I did when I had Ricky from Turbine Aircraft Logistics come up is I also
November 90103
made the decision to
approach on
switch to the Jepson data, which I had not done before. I've always been using Garmin data, but made the decision to switch over to Jepson data, so was pulling a lot of data out, reloading a lot of new data. So having him look over my shoulder as we were checking out the maintenance that was done, the paperwork, and again, we found a couple of things. It's super helpful to have him there, but also reprogramming the data and clearing it out, just the knowledge that comes with, I think they're probably managing, close to 10 HondaJets right now. Just that knowledge and their intimacy with the people that work at the service facility just helps out a lot. A little more haze as we get up here into Virginia.
November 682 Tango Mike, contact Potomac approach 126.75.
2675 for 2 Tango Mike, see ya.
Good day.
Potomac approach, good afternoon. HondaJet 682 Tango Mike 11.8, descending 9,000 with the weather.
HondaJet 682 Tango Mike, Potomac approach, the original altimeter is 3016, and you can expect the visual approach unless you'd like them. Yep.
3016, visual to 33, 2 Tango Mike.
Okay. Roger, up lower in about 8 miles.
And correction, I'm taking the visual to 15, and expect lower, thanks.
2 Tango Mike, Roger, 156.
All right, getting ready to come below 10,000 feet, so I'm going to pull the power back to idle. Throw the speed brakes out.
Potomac approach, Bonanza 1837 Zulu with you at 10.5.
November 1837 Zulu, Potomac approach, reaching altimeter is 3016. 1837 Zulu, Potomac approach, reaching altimeter is 3016.
1,000 feet to go.
HondaJet 2 Tango Mike, descend and maintain 4,000.
At a 4,000 for 2 Tango Mike.
Okay, put in 4,000.
HondaJet 2 Tango Mike, descend and maintain 5,000, traffic's 11, 6 miles, maneuvering 4,500 indicated.
Okay, down to 5,000, I'll be looking for the traffic for 2 Tango Mike.
Bring traffic up over here just to keep my eye out. Zoom in a little bit on that. Yeah, I got a guy 4,300 feet below us. Got the field in
We'll
sight.
keep an eye out for him, 721 Alpha Charlie.
Evac 145 November Golf.
November 2 Tango Mike, the traffic's no factor, center maintain 3000.
3000 and field in sight for 2 Tango Mike.
And medevac 145 November Golf, Potomac.
Yes, sir. We are approximately 7 miles on the west side of Richmond Airport. Let's pick up flight following back to Norfolk.
November 145 November Golf, Roger, stand by. You said you're landing at Norfolk International.
I know, sir. We're going back to Norfolk General downtown to the hospital.
472, Bravo Lima. Runway 4, Rocky Mountain.
Helicopter 145 November Golf, the Richmond altimeter is 3016, squawk 5315 and ident.
5315 with the ident 3016.
November 1 Alpha Charlie, continue climb, maintain VFR altitude is your discretion.
Continue climbing, VFR is our altitude is our discretion, 721 Alpha Charlie.
River City traffic no factor.
Summit approach, 682 Tango Mike, field in sight.
2 Tango Mike, clear visual approach Chesterfield Airport for cancellation of IFR in the air screens on the ground via DRCO, change to advisory approved.
Cancel IFR, switching to advisory, 2 Tango Mike.
2 Tango Mike, IFR cancellation is receiver, air service terminal, squawk VFR from exchange approved. Have a good one.
See ya.
Number 181 Mike Romeo, turning downwind runway 2.
Okay, so a little VNAV.
Chesterfield County traffic, HondaJet 682 Tango Mike is on an extended right base for runway 15, Chesterfield.
Okay, speed brakes. Slow down and get ready to land. All right, we're below 200 knots, so flaps to approach, selected, transient, and indicating. Gear. Okay, it's turning us in. Speed brake is retracted. Still have the final flaps to go. Shooting for VREF.
Chesterfield traffic, HondaJet 2 Tango Mike is turning right base to final runway 15, Chesterfield.
Chesterfield traffic, Diamond 677 Alpha Mike, waiting for the incoming plane before he takes off on 33, Chesterfield.
Okay. Full flaps. Transient. Indicating. Take off your autopilot and yaw dam. Okay, there's ref +5. Turning in final. Got a good glide slope. See a bird up there. 2 white, 2 red. Runway 15 confirmed. So this is a nice runway. It's a little short, so I actually fly ref onto the runway and then go max braking. But I've come in here when it's been raining very hard.
500.
The aircraft does a phenomenal job stopping. But when you're used to flaring and kind of being really gentle in the touchdown zone, this is not that aircraft. Okay, power to idle, right at ref. Power to idle, speed brake, and brake.
4,000.
That camera's not going to stay with me. Okie doke, here we go.
Chesterfield traffic, HondaJet 682 Tango Mike is clear of runway 15 at Chesterfield.
All right, everybody, welcome to Chesterfield County Airport in Richmond, Virginia.
Executive Diamond 677 Alpha Mike, departing runway 33.
I used to fly out of Richmond Executive, or correction, Richmond International. And I just found the people and the business and the whole attitude here to be fantastic. Sure is nice to be around people who appreciate your business and work for it. Okay, I got my ground guide. Okay, here we go. After landing checklist. Cabin signs as required. Engine anti. Speed brake is retracted. Flaps are up. Trims, I'll set them in the green. Green, green, green. 3 greens. Parking brake is set. Wheel chocks. Get his attention. Wheel chocks installed. External power not required. Push lever is cut off. Oxygen, parking brake release, and battery.
Well, there's our first video. Thank you so much for joining and for staying till the very end. Would very much appreciate you subscribing and ringing that bell to get notified when we post more content. Do me a favor and also leave comments. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, and other things that you would like to see as we're working harder on each one of these to get better and better at the content we provide. Come fly with us again. Thank you.